solely in that country about that news comes amid an ongoing wave of attempted cyber attacks on hedge funds in recent days. So a lot of catalysts for some of these stocks potentially in both directions. Andy State joins us right now with leads our technology coverage of US over at Bloomberg Intelligence. All right, Andy, let's start with China first of all. That was kind of old news. I know we kind of knew something was afoot over there, but what do we know now?
I mean, again, anytime there's a review of a company in any jurisdiction, whether it's the EU or China, you see, companies' stock reacts. But in this case, I feel because we have heard so much news around, a model agent going rogue, escaping the sandbox, and doing something in terms of it's not really a cyber attack, but the agentic activity is getting longer and longer. No longer is just like one step, but it's a sequence of steps, and that's where the cybersecurity element comes into play.
Well, let's talk about that. And I'm curious as to whether it's
And
actually
that shit is annoying as hell.
we've heard about these breaches, however you want to
They be fucking up. They do what they want to do. Like, fuck. I feel like generative AI is so far away.
I mean, on the whole, it should be a tailwind, provided their own systems don't get hacked. Because the risk that these model companies present is, and Anthropic or even in the meta news, like you don't know what the agent may end up doing in terms of whose systems it's going to breach. And if it's one of the cybersecurity companies, then that's the kind of negative PR you would want to avoid. If you're saying, I can protect agentic security, the last thing you want is one of your own systems getting hacked.
But when it comes to agentic security, though, I mean, is there a case to be made for having a third party come in and provide that security, or just trying to find a way for these models to actually have that embedded internal themselves?
I mean, what we have learned is these models are very capable now, and a question that has been asked is why can the folks who are training these models actually control the behavior of these models? Because that's what setting guardrails is all about.
Okay.
And it sounds like the guardrails that these model companies are putting
They lazy.
are not enough.
And the only guardrails they setting is that no porn. Like the fuck, like everything is porn with everything is porn. Everything is porn with AI.
We're not aware of this until
Like, what the fuck is you talking about,
Yes, so,
dude?
yes.
the way these models
That's science fiction.
Look, these models, the way they're trained, they're given a goal. That's how even the first coding agent was trained. They were given a goal to, compile the code and make sure it runs correctly. So when you're training a model, you're giving the model a goal which the model can accomplish in a sequence of steps.
Okay.
So in that bid, it can escape the sandbox and say, I need to do this particular step to be able to get to that eventual goal. So, and that's where I don't think these companies have full control over what kind of steps the model is taking,
Right.
because they are in that training phase.
Okay, that's a great explanation. Yes, that is also science fiction. It did not end well. Ending thing, no, seriously, who covers this for us at Bloomberg Intelligence, very serious issue. We'll continue to keep an eye on that with the cybersecurity stocks moving lower here on the day. In fact, the dollar market is in the red modestly, so maybe a little bit of wait and see until we get that big U.S. jobs report tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Meanwhile, here, heading to 4 p.m. I believe we'll join us after the break.
AI will continue to be a dominant theme, and we'll continue to see both short interest as well as long positions. Adding to that is obviously the IPO market. We're seeing a very active M&A environment as well. So all these contribute to a lot of flow and activity and volume that we're continuing to see on both sides.
Social expert Warrior speaking to us yesterday about what she's seen behind the scenes with regards to positioning on the prime brokerage side. A lot of talk about some of those hedge fund returns or lack thereof in July, but investors do seem to be wading back into the water, not necessarily today on an aggregate basis, with all of the major indices in the red, but underneath the surface, there is still a little bit of light. The S&P down about 0.3% on the day. The Dow Jones Industrial Average coming off two consecutive record highs, down about 9%.
All right, so y'all see when you got for lunch. Y'all see the lunch. Y'all see the lunch.